Hey there guys, how's it going? So, in all its glory, may I present to you the brand new Prime Metal HD King Mickey. Isn't it freaking gorgeous? Ripped straight from the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 itself. Spoilers I guess for a 15-year-old game at this point, but man, it is absolutely radiant. Anyway, is it a good medal? Yeah, I think it really is. It's interesting, it's a tier 7 medal, which means they've skipped straight over from tier 5 primes all the way to tier 7. Yet again, shafting tier 6 medals, but I can't imagine they'll be gone forever. I assume we'll get some tier 6 primes at some point, but not that it really matters anyway, it's all just semantics. Anyway, what a cool medal. What does it do? Okay, so the 7-star version gives you the 3 uprights that we know pretty much every 7-star does, as well as 7 tiers of upright power, of regular power. 120% boost, which is the current best, and usually that means when the current best is being reached, we're bound to see another one pretty soon. Anyway, the current best special attack bonus or guilt bonus of 120%. Very strong, very good buffer. It also, and the debuffs are fantastic. So the debuffs are -7 general defense, -7 power-based defense, upright, and reverse defense. So a really fantastic debuffer. Probably, well, better than it is a buffer. This medal is only around for a very limited time, just like all Mickeys are, and then Mickeys never ever come back. But if this becomes like a medal archetype that goes forward, and we see a few different, you know, like a magic version or a speed version of this in upright or reverse, that'd be pretty sick, because there are definite possibilities you could be running with this kind of medal. It's really cool. The buff lasts for 2 turns, and that's really okay. So it's an AoE medal, and I typically would never run an AoE medal on a PvP setup, just because single target or random target medals tend to get a much higher boost to their guilt to their multipliers, which obviously then translates into more damage. I could consider running this, because what I do right now is I have basically 2 out of the 3 Keyblades in PvP have actually any damage coming out of them, and my second one is usually just there to spread status or give some buffs. Really, it really doesn't do anything apart from just spreading status. So I'm looking at a medal like this going, okay, I probably wouldn't use this on my most damaging Keyblades, even though the multiplier is very respectable. I wouldn't use this on my most damaging Keyblades just because, well, it's an AoE. The fact that the buffs last for 2 turns, I'm looking at this going, okay, well now I can go into my 3rd Keyblade and I don't have to worry about, like if I'm doing this offensively, I don't have to worry about them buffing their defenses or debuffing my attack, because it goes, you know, obviously in the 2nd turn, opponent attacks, we attack, into 3rd turn, we attack, they attack, so everything just goes cleanly from, you know, our second attack into our 3rd attack straight away. I don't then have to use any of those buffs or debuffs in the 3rd turn, I can just get straight to attacking, so that's a lot. Like general defense, reverse defense and upright defense already taken care of. No matter which Keyblade comes next, that's a significant amount of debuffs already applied, so I'm really considering this medal. In JP it's only a 5 pull mercy as well, and on the 5th you're guaranteed to get the 7-star version, and every pull before that gives you a 6-star version. For 15,000 jewels, that is a significant amount of value. That is a huge, serious amount of value, and I'm just thinking like, man, 11,500 jewels for the Malusha just in the shop. The medal itself is fine, but again you have to upgrade it to 7 stars to make it useful, which costs those very rare tier 8 fairies, and all the other garbage you get along with it, it's just complete trash. So it's like 15k for 1 copy of that at 7 stars, 5 tier 6 versions of it as well. Sorry, 5 6-star versions of it as well, and at least 5 medals anywhere between tier 6 and tier 7 at 7 stars. That's so much better value on a banner like this, much better value. Anyway, in terms of the multiplier, it's like the opposite of the stained glass medals, so it's more powerful towards the back of your Keyblade, slot 5, slot 6, or as the pet slot, the friend slot. That means obviously you're not getting, it's not like that good buffing medals to be used in the rest of your Keyblade, but again I look at this and go, okay, this is a PvP medal actually setting up the 3rd blade. It's still respectable damage in its own right, and honestly if you rolled like raid traits on it, or even, you know, a bit of ground extra attack maybe, it would be amazing on, you know, slot 6 of any Colosseum blade you wanted to run. I'm just thinking, it depends on how you want to run it. If you get raids, amazing, put a Lux plus on it, away you go, it's going to be a fantastic medal for you. If you get like grounds, extra attack, aerial, amazing Colosseum medal for you, and it really doesn't matter what you get if you want to run it for PvP, just as long as you aren't really running it for damage. That's how I think about it anyway. Of course you still could use it for damage, it's still a very respectable multiplier, but if you have tier 7s or tier 8s, single target, random target, they are likely going to outdamage this thing. Very likely going to outdamage this thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at where it fits in terms of other AoE medals. So if we go ahead and pull the graph up there, as I'm known to do by now, we can have a look and see Okay, so Mickey is sitting right there, basically. Okay, so you can't... Okay, let's make the graph a bit bigger. So, I've gone ahead and got every single AoE medal in the game with an 80% guilt boost right now. So, let's go ahead and zoom that in a touch. So, Mickey is right now on the bottom left of your screen there. If we go ahead and have a look, that is insanely powerful for a tier 7 medal. Now, you'll notice I always go ahead and put an 80% guilt boost on, just to be even. Remember, Mickey gives you 120% boost at 7 stars. So, that number is actually... Like, that medal's position is factoring in the 80% bonus only. It would go up a bit with 120. The only reason I don't put each individual's medals, you know, their own little guild booster in is because, let's say you use like Era at the front of a Keyblade. Well, then every single medal after that is going to have 120. So I just leave it as a flat 80%, which is the current, you know, meta right now. If you use Kari or Shion, whatever, you guys know that by now. Anyway, okay, so it's very, very, very respectable damage. Let's go ahead and zoom that down a little bit. It hits better as an AoE medal than Sephiroth, KHUch 19, and HD Riku Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku do. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Again, for a 5 Poor Mercy, which means you get 5 trait rolls on it as well. Absolutely crazy. Even if you don't want to use it at the back of the Keyblade, it's still sitting down there, bottom left of your screen right now. Still extremely respectable damage. Extremely, extremely respectable damage. Again, 5 Poor Mercy, that's nothing at all. So this medal gets a very, very, very strong recommendation from me to go ahead and pull for it. The only reason I wouldn't go ahead and say do it immediately is because, well, I never say do it immediately because banners will usually last several days at the minimum, but go ahead and wait a few more days on this because let's go ahead and have a look at the album. So, if we understand that's 6-star Marluxia right there, that's a 7-star Marluxia right there, that would be King Mickey 6-star and 7-star. What do we have here? We have one medal sitting all on its own. Oh dear, what could that be? Well, that could be a SuperNova medal, Super Burst, whatever you want to call it. So, sorry, I'm using the Marluxia template. I couldn't be stuff making a new one, but it seems that they come along pretty regularly. So we had Sephiroth, KHUch 19, and then Looky Loo, we have another SuperNova medal coming soon. So, given that we've had a reverse power upright magic, it would make sense that speed would be next, potentially reverse speed. I don't know exactly what attribute, like if it even is a Super Burst, it doesn't have to be, but if it was going to be a Super Burst one, it would be kind of weird to have a reverse speed medal in the shop with Marluxia sitting right there. It would like pretty significantly devalue the Marluxia, I suppose, but I don't know, they could go ahead and do that. It could be reverse magic, that seems likely to me because there hasn't been any reverse magic medals for a while and it wouldn't sort of clash with like, you know, upright power, wouldn't really clash with that, wouldn't really clash with, I don't know. If they were going to do an upright speed one, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku already exists, and it's an identical clone to, you know, KHUch 19 and Sephiroth, so it would be sort of weird for them to put out another upright speed medal unless they completely change the archetype, but I feel like they could probably squeeze a little bit more out of this one first. I'm not too sure. But in any case, if you are planning on pulling for a SuperNova medal, there could be one coming soon, but again, it's the sort of thing where I wouldn't recommend chasing it, at least not for a while. At least let them come out as a mercy, because they have to come out as a mercy at some point. I keep telling myself that. And at some point it has to be true. Once they get through that initial batch, they'll probably bring the older ones back as a mercy, so you can do your high score challenge pull, whatever, do your lucky pull, whatever, but I definitely wouldn't do any more than like 5 pulls in any one of those banners. Anyway, all I'm saying is there could be a SuperNova medal coming soon. Just do keep that in mind if you were thinking about pulling. And same again, this Mickey I think is freaking amazing, but it could be a brand new archetype. You know that Square Enix loves to make a new subset of medals, and then it's much easier to just go change power into magic than it would be to create an entirely new medal with a new archetype from scratch. So I think it's fantastic. Wait for the high score challenge as always. Wait, like if you're prone to doing that, wait and see. There's literally no reason to go ahead and do all your pulls immediately, but saying that, I will probably be pulling for this medal. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. But anyway guys, just be careful with your jewels, that's all I'm saying. Anyway guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you really soon. Oh, no wait, no wait. The Organization 13 challenge, Organization B medals are coming back in this shop, well sorry, in the events tab right now. Well, cool, there's an event. It's a little bit weird though because, I don't know, all the players that did the event already, I guess get one more trait roll on their medals. New players get to fill the album out a little bit, I suppose, but there's nothing really useful there, unfortunately. If you have either Shion, the Copycat Shion, or Shion EX Plus, you're pretty much set, because the Copycat Shion can obviously copy your best buffer, and away you go, and then combine that with any Organization medals you have for damage. The Shion itself is just an amazing buffer all on its own, don't even need to copy into it. Yeah. Nothing too tricky there. I wasn't really going to make a video about it because, I don't know, I'm working on the story video still, so it's like, you know. Anyway guys, I'm rambling now, so I'll see you guys later. All the best. Thank you very much. Bye.